Futures and options on futures trading involve substantial risk and is not a suitable investment for all types of investors. Past results are not necessarily indicative of future results. When I use the word I in this video, it refers to what I teach in my charting course or what I author in my twice daily oral and written updates. Prices shown on charts and quote boards are in real time and take into account all known activity up to this point in time. And if you'd like to read more of this disclaimer, simply hit the pause key on your video player. Good morning. Ira Epstein of Lynn & Associates with your morning flash update for this Friday, the 14th of July, 2017, 9:35 a.m. Central Daylight Time. I'm late today by quite a bit, about a half hour. We had so much data coming out and so many trade setups happening. I was putting out special updates to my subscribers this morning, so I'm a little bit behind, and they're my first duty. So we'll take a look at what's going on. But let's go right to the data. The CPI number's the key. This is what it's all about. And the ex-food and energy, which is what the Fed looks at, up 0.1%. They expected it up 0.2. The prior was up 0.1. What this does is, at least this report for June, takes away any Fed cover to raise interest rates based on their idea of a transitory inflation. It's not there. I don't know what the word transitory means, and if I'm news analysts, and I am one, as you know, on many of the stations, Bloomberg, Fox, Sky Business, BNN in Canada. What goes on is you have to ask the Fed, what does transitory mean? Is it open-ended forever? Eventually it'll happen? That's not a very good idea. So the real problem is without that inflation, you have a Goldilocks scenario. The Fed is stuck with a gradual pace of, if they raise interest rates, being able to do them. That's number one. It puts other economies better on track to raise their rates if they're not transitory. So things you got to think about, and that's impacting the metals today. Retail sales down 0.2. Where the heck's the consumer? They're certainly not there right now. Retail sales ex-autos down 0.2, not there. They're looking for up 0.2. The Federal Reserve industrial production and capacity utilization, about where we thought it would be, so that's not a very big thing in one way or the other. They expected 76.8, they got 76.6. Okay, I can live with that. Then we saw the bank earnings come out. Wells Fargo up 4.5, Citigroup down 3, and JP Morgan up 13. You would think that all looks good, but if you were part of the conference calls this morning, they make it appear that there's some rough roads ahead for the banks, and that becomes a question. At first, the stock market didn't react to it. Now it's back up, as you can see. The metal markets are getting a bid today from the faltering dollar via the rallies that we're at this point in time getting in foreign currencies against the dollar. Let's take a look here. The bonds and the notes, both a bid. Now, you've sold off a full point in the bond from where this market came out. So that is important. The 5-year, which is the short-term interest rate that the Fed impacts, well, what it's done is it's getting a good bid today because the Fed's hands out, they're never tied, as you know, but there's really no reason for them to do anything. You're trying to bottom out in the cotton to a degree. And in the grain markets, here's your problem. You're in a weather market. If you're trying to make heads or tails of the weather, you're better than the guys on TV that are looking at 5-hour forecasts and they can't figure out, let alone a 10-day forecast. Right now, the market is looking again at revisionments, and the market's getting a bid off of that after yesterday's big sell-off. We'll find out what that all does Monday. Why do I say Monday? The wild card's always the weekend, then you come in on Monday and have revised forecasts. So what I've learned in weather situations in grains is you could be up a dime, down a dime, any day for no reason at all, just based on weather at this time of the year. That goes away as we get further along in the summer. On the energy markets, all of them getting a bid this morning. Not bad. Remember, we've got that OPEC special meeting coming up now, and with that meeting, I don't think you'd want to be too bearish going into it. One of the things I think you have to look at is the trading range in crude, and you appear to have gone from a $52, before that it was $54.5, $55 trading top, down to a new trading bottom low. It used to be a $44 bottom low. Now it's closer to $42. So everything ratcheted down about $2 basis to WTI crude. Want to remind you, if you're looking for information, let me show you this. What about my 20-day free trial to my market information. I write reports all day. I put out special updates like I did this morning, throw out trade ideas at you. But your morning starts off with a cup of coffee. That's why I've got it right there. And a video where I cover 40 charts. I tell you basis what I teach in my charting course. I reinforce everything I do there, by the way. And I teach you what's going on, what I see happening, where I think the market's going to react to one way or the other for that day with specific buy, sell, stop, take profit ideas. Then I back it up with special written updates during the day, at least 2 of them Monday through Thursday, at least 1 on Friday. I'll have 2 today, for example, and then Sunday nights I begin the process over. I also put out oral updates. A lot of people like to hear my oral update because I can say a lot more than I can write, as you can imagine. I give them a tone for the market. How do you get this? Give my staff a call. They'll set you up if you haven't been set up before. Go to our website, www.iraepstein.com. Try to set it up there. You'll see a form. Just fill it out. If you're watching me on YouTube, right up here there's an icon. Click on that. You can get it set up. And below me it says, on many websites, click here for free offers, and do so. The form will appear. Take advantage of it. I'm Ira Epstein. You have a great weekend. I'll see many of you in my afternoon videos, and of course over the weekend a lot of people look